how to solve these type of questions where we have a cubic curve given to us because its highest indices, highest power is 3. That means it's a cubic curve, cubic equation. So how to find out the turning point and the nature of turning points for a cubic curve or a cubic equation. So for these type of question, first thing for the cubic curve, we know that it has two turning points, right? And we have to identify those turning points with the nature. If we talk about cubic curves, we have two types of cubic curves, a positive cubic and a negative cubic. If a cubic curve first increases, then decreases, then increases, something like that, that means you first get maximum point and then minimum point. It's a positive cubic. If it decreases, then increases and decreases back, that means you are first getting a minimum point and then a maximum point. So that is a negative cubic. The best way to understand that is, like, if you draw a tangent, it's a positive gradient for that tangent. If you draw a tangent like this, it's a negative gradient. So the positive gradient is a positive cubic and a negative gradient is a negative cubic. So to do these type of questions, first we're going to be starting to do these type of questions, like, first we'll try understanding how to do questions where we have a graph given and then we'll remove the graph. Okay, so let me just get the space. So let's start by doing this question. We have a cubic curve given over here and we have to find out the coordinates of turning points A and B and state whether it's maximum or minimum point. So to state, we can definitely say the top one is maximum, and we don't know what the coordinates are, but we can definitely label maximum and minimum point, right? Minimum. Okay. So the first step is to find out the dy by dx, right? The second step is to make it equal to 0. That will help you to find out the value of x. Once you get the value of x, your fourth step comes where you have to find out the value of y. Okay, so let's start with our first step. First step is to differentiate this. So I'm differentiating. You pause the video and differentiate yours, and let's see if you're getting the same thing. So 3x squared minus 12x plus 9. Okay, step 2, let's make it equal to 0. Okay, finding out the value of x over here. So it would be, I'm just simplifying, you just follow your method and get the answer. So we will be getting x minus 3, x minus 1. That means the values are 3 and 1. What we need to do, we just need to plug this back to the cubic equation and find out the value of y. So for 1, when x is 1, was the value of y. So we'll be doing 1 cubed minus 6, 1 squared plus 9 times 1 plus 4. And if we just quickly solve this, okay, that gives me 8. And for 3, when x is 3, we will be doing the same thing. 3 cubed minus 6 times 3 squared plus 9 times 3 plus 4. Okay. So that gives us 4. So overall, we get our turning points. We get 1, 8 over here and 3, 4 there. And I hope if you're getting the same thing, then yes, we're correct. So nothing changes, right? Just the representation of question in the language is changing. So now we have a question where we don't have a curve given to us. So what will be the important point over here is to find out the maximum and the minimum point. Finding the coordinates is already done. So let's super quickly do that. We will be differentiating it. That gives us, you do yours and then let's check. 3 times 2 is 6, x squared minus 6x minus 12. Step 2 is to make it equal to 0. So when we make it equal to 0, we have to just solve for x. So if we solve for x, we will be getting x, okay. So I'll be dividing by 6. So that will give me x squared minus x minus 2 equals 0. Okay, that means x 2 times 1 and minus 2 plus 1, right? So this gives me 2 and minus 1. Are we getting the same value? Our second step is done. Now we have to just move to step 3. So for step 3, we are going to be finding out the value of y. So for x equals minus 1 maybe, so y is 2 times minus 3 cubed minus 3 times minus 1 squared minus 12 times minus 1 plus 7. Okay, so that gives me 14. Are we getting the same value? Good. And for x equals 2, let's find out the value of y. Just plug it there. 2 cubed minus 3 times 2 squared minus 12 times 2 plus 7. Okay, that gives me minus 13. Right, so from here we get minus 1 comma 14, and there we get 2 comma minus 13. Okay, if we have to plot, we are understanding, so this is like giving us the positive, the height, the top positive y value, and this gives us the negative y value. So that means this is the maximum point, right? And that one would be the minimum point. I hope you understand this. Moving to the exam style question. So what we have over here, we have a curve, we have the equation of the curve given to us and the 2 points which are turning points A and B. Find the coordinates of the turning point A and B and state the nature of each turning point. To say what the nature is, A is maximum and B is minimum, right? Now the second thing is to find out the coordinates of turning points. So we have to do nothing. The step 1 is to differentiate that. Let's differentiate quickly. You are not new to differentiate things. 6x squared minus 6x. Oh, this equation is slightly different than the previous one. So that means first step we are done. Step 2 is to make it equal to 0 because turning point is given, and we are going to be solving for x. So we already have done this equation earlier. So if you see the quadratic equation, it turns out to be same, but it will be changing a bit because the y-intercepts are not same. So we will be getting x values to be minus 1 and 2. If x is minus 1 and 2, we just need to find out y. So y for x equals minus 1. So I'll just directly use my calculator this time. Okay, 3 times minus 1 cubed minus 3 times minus 1 squared minus 12 times minus 1 plus 4. Okay, so it gives me 11. So for x equals minus 1, we get 11. And for x equals 2, let's substitute that. Okay, so it gives me minus 16. Hope you get the same. So now again, if we see, the positive y is the top point and the negative y is the bottom point. So even if the graph is not given, we can identify that this is the first one where x is negative. This is the maximum point where that is the minimum point. Hope that makes sense, and that's all to understand over here. Bye bye. Take care.